So this video is an intro to what I'm going to be posting for you. And I wanted to give you this intro just so you're not going to be totally surprised. I hope you enjoyed the recent videos that I posted. One of which was that I found was really old, from like more than 10 years ago. And then another one or two that I've posted here this year. So I hope you've enjoyed those. I talked on my video about the ankle braces over Thanksgiving, my Thanksgiving T-Day video, that I had a few big things that were going to be released in 2023, and I'm making good on that promise. So what are they? Well, two of them I'll leave for later, but one of the three is going to be posting a bunch of old pictures and stuff that I found on various old computers. You know, I never throw anything away. Old computers and old flash drives and stuff. But I don't know where to put them yet. I'm not going back to Facebook or Instagram. I just got to find somewhere else to put them. So the second thing I'll leave for later. But the first thing I wanted to talk about is what happened actually after my Facebook and Instagram pages came down. And I have not talked about this really with anyone because I lost track of like almost everybody who I communicated with back in the old days when I had the Facebook and the Instagram pages. And I have told a few people who I've been in touch with for many years and who followed me. I managed to find them again on Facebook and stay in some touch with them. Even mailing a postcard to one of them. I had his address. But anyway, so after the Facebook and Instagram pages came down, I had another accident not long after that, and I was pretty well sidelined for about 4 months. So what happened to me this time? Well, I'm just accident prone. I kind of have been for a long time now. I wasn't really when I was a kid, but as I've grown into adulthood, the more accidents and stuff that I've had. So for me, it's really come later. And what happened simply is I tore my Achilles tendon, and it wasn't a complete rupture all the way through. I'm sure if I'd kept going on it, it would have been. I kept trying to run on it, it would have been. But I stopped. And I also tore another tendon in my heel. So it was very painful, like one of the most painful things I think I've endured. It felt like a heart attack had happened in my foot. And I was a long ways from home when this happened. And the videos will talk about it and show you everything. But I've got a really good doctor who's just I'm so lucky and blessed to have him. He's the same one who did the surgery on this foot. And a couple years ago, when I had the rostrum repair on my ankle ligaments to basically restore my ankle, rebuild my ankle. And I'm really lucky that I have this doctor because, for one thing, he likes to use casts and not just throw patients into a boot. If they've got something like what I had, it's like he knows when to put somebody in a cast and he knows when to put somebody in a boot because he's just that much of an expert. But it's like nowadays, doctors and urgent care, PAs, physician's assistants, like they'll give somebody a boot and crutches, like by default. Like if they come in with a sprain, they'll do that, or just like wrap it up for them or something like that. But there are times when you do need a cast, and because for no other reason, you got to be comfortable, and also you've got to have the joint locked, just as if it was broken. If your sprain is not bad enough if your sprain is of the type that's not, your whole leg and foot aren't just ballooned up and you really don't have that much swelling, a cast can very much help you. And I think for most Achilles tendon related stuff, depending on the doctor, some might give you a boot, but a good doctor I think will give you a cast because they're very sensitive tendons. They're definitely sensitive. So it's not like spraining your ankle. It's like if we'd gone a little, if you'd done too much more, the tendon would have ruptured. So thankfully I didn't have a ruptured tendon. So I've already given away kind of enough, but you'll see it in the videos, and I just wanted to do an intro video about this so you kind of know where things are going. The second surprise that I have will not be released until this summer sometime when I think it's ready to go live. But I am working on something that it's going to basically be a big informational resource, and I'm still working on it. And I don't spend a lot of time working on these things because I just don't have the time with my life and career and everything else. And I'm also a musician, so it will come. But I just wanted to give you this kind of introductory video just so we're on the same page and just so you kind of know what's happening. As I say, I've lost track of almost everybody who I was in touch with a long time ago, from the old days of Facebook and Instagram when I was on there for so many years. Facebook for like 11 years with that, 10 or 11 years with that Facebook page, and then like 5 of Instagram. Not as long, but like roughly half as long with that, just to kind of reach some people who weren't on Facebook. So I had my fun with that, and then they yanked them down, and I really don't care. I really don't care either way. When things end, things end. So anyway, we moved on, and you know, you can't stay in the same place forever. You can't keep treading water in the same place forever. You eventually have to either get out of the river, the pool, or you know, fish or swim or cut bait or do something different. It's a very bad thing not to change or have any change. You don't want to stagnate, because when you stagnate, you're going to drown. So anyway, so that's it. I just wanted to make that comment before putting up these videos, and so you knew where things are. But the most important thing is that I want to drive home is that this is not recent. It was now more than a year ago. Or about 1 year ago. Let's just call it a year. It was February. The accident was in February, sometime in February of 2022. And the time, these pandemic years, as I say, these pandemic years, now we're past the pandemic. We don't have a pandemic anymore. We're just trying to deal with COVID as a thing that's never, ever, ever going to go away, unfortunately. But the pandemic years, it's just like, they were really just wicked. And last year, we were kind of still in the middle of it. You know, we finished it off. But, you know, it's like you lose track of time. And when I came back into my doctor's office again, I hadn't seen him for a long time. It had been some months. You know, he actually asked me, when did we do your ankle surgery? Was that like 2 years ago? I said, no, it was last year. It was like 8 months ago. And he said, without looking at your chart, I just, you know, he said, I know we did it, but it seemed like, you know, the pandemic years just made time completely dissolved, and it's like there's BC and AC, before COVID and after COVID. So now we're after COVID, thankfully. So enjoy the videos, and if you have any questions, you got to wait until later this year to ask them, because I still haven't set up everything this way, like set up ways to contact me or whatever, because I can't turn on the comments. The comments are going to remain turned off because having them turned on in the past led to rather unpleasant things that I won't go into. So anyway, again, enjoy the videos, and thank you again for your support. I always really, really, really appreciate it.